waiting around the ups and downs. You know, I just said, look.
Hey TikTok, what's up? I've been traveling for the last 5 years and I've been able to live in some really cool places. Right now I live in Sedona. I wanted to share with you some travel hacks if you're trying to do this yourself. Because every year that I've been doing this, I make less and less money each year. So if you have a computer, go on to workaway.info. This is how I was able to live in a lot of the places that I've lived, which include Canada, the Oregon coast, somewhere in Vermont for a little bit, New Mexico, and now I'm here in Sedona. Go make an account and go and search for a place to stay in your dream location. All you'll have to do is spend about 20 hours a week working for someone else. They'll give you free food and a place to stay. All you need to pay is your transport.
If you are under the age of 25, which is the age where renting cars is super cheap, not super cheap, but it's less cheap, less expensive. Oh my God. This is a website for you. It's called Turo. It's kind of like the Uber of renting cars. Basically, people just rent out their cars to you to use on an individual basis. So let's say I'm going to LAX from August because of coronavirus. I can't travel right now. So these are people like individually giving you their cars. So you can see like people get rated. They have like over 100 trips, over, whatever trips. But they're good, and you can see the review. You can see how much it is per day. And some people will say that being under 25 means paying more, but a lot won't.
Travel hacks, part 4. So some of you all have been saying to me that you cannot fly internationally for a good price. Well, I'm going to show you. You have to do your research on it, but it's possible. Before I start, I have to say this, that business class is more expensive than economy class. That's how it works. Now let me show you. Go to Google Flights, change round trip to one way, change economy to business. I'm going to use New York and in London. Click on the calendar. I'm going to choose the 14th of November. Hit done. Then here's a flight for $1,348. I'll open up another tab. Now book the second leg back to New York. Like this. Choose a date, and I'm going to choose the 21st of November. Now here's the second flight for $922. Combine the first flight with the second flight, and you get $2,259. Now go to the airline's website. Type this in as a round trip. Use the same dates. $2,900 for return. Flying one way is cheaper.
Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
Countries that will pay you to vacation there after coronavirus, part 1. When Italy reopens for tourism, the beautiful island of Sicily will pay for you to visit, covering half of your flights and 1 in every 3 nights of your hotel room.
Destinations that will practically pay you to visit once the pandemic is over. Vegas. So Derek Stevens, a hotel owner, announced a giveaway of 1,000 free flights to Vegas. Share with your travel buddy.
I haven't paid for a hotel room in 6 months, and here's how you can get free hotel rooms as well. Step 1. Pick any hotel in the world you want to stay in, find their account on Instagram, and send them a DM asking for the contact information for their head of media and marketing. Once you have the email address for the right person at the hotel, there are a few things you can do that will be of value to the hotel. Hotels always need good, high-quality photos and videos of their own property to use on their social media pages. The next option is to create a blog and review their hotel on your blog website. Third option is to offer them social media exposure. This includes tagged Instagram stories, tagged Instagram posts, YouTube mentions, and TikTok mentions. Point is to find out what their hotel specifically needs and offer to do that for them in exchange for a free room. If none of these options work out, there's always a plan B for a free room, and that's to book the hotel using credit card points. I've linked my favorite travel credit card
Travel hacks, part 1. How to stay with strangers for free anywhere in the world. So I have been to 36 countries now, and in about half of those countries, I have stayed with random people for free. Now, I know this sounds way too good to be true, but there is a website called Couchsurfing. Now, I am not sponsored by Couchsurfing. I've just been a huge user of them for the last 7 or 8 years. Couchsurfing is a platform for hosts to connect with guests from other countries. Unlike Airbnb, no money is ever exchanged. The purpose is cultural exchange and making friends. Now, I know this sounds completely insane and like someone's gonna cut out your kidney in the middle of the night or something, but it's a very self-policing community and I have met the best people ever. You just have to be open to making new friends. I have literally stayed in communist housing in Ukraine. I've stayed in the middle of the Sahara Desert in a tent in Morocco, and I have stayed in a mansion in the mountains of France. It's truly been the #1 game changer for my travel with regards to meeting locals and traveling cheaply.
More things you should know when you're staying at hotels. Now we're going to talk about the bed. There's usually 3 layers to the top part of the bed. It's going to be a flat sheet, a comforter or duvet that's a really thick part, and then another flat sheet underneath. Make sure your body is only making contact with the flat sheets. And why do you ask? Because most of the time the duvets or the comforters don't get regularly washed or changed out. And all these decorative linens and decorative pillows, don't lay on them either for the same reason that I mentioned before. Carpets are vacuumed, but they're rarely disinfected. Best case scenario is that a hotel shampoos their carpets at least once a year. That's why I don't recommend walking barefoot on the carpet, so if you can, ask the front desk for slippers or bring your own for your next hotel visit. Listen to this tip especially. Bring your own cups or reusable bottles. Ask yourself, do you ever see housekeeping carts in the hallways full of glassware? No? Well, they probably don't change them out and just rinse the ones that are already there in the room. Please run them in hot water if you're going to use them.